Okay, so I'm going to show you how to remove this outer window seal here on a C4 Corvette. Mine's an 89. And I'll also leave a link where you can find OEM ones. They also have some aftermarket ones on eBay. If you buy anything on eBay through my link, it gives me a small commission, helps support my channel if you want to do that. So first thing you need to do obviously is remove the door panel. There's a couple good videos on how to do that, so I didn't make one, but it's really easy. There's just a bunch of Phillips head screws along here on the bottom. There's one on the side here, and then there's two down here, one behind the handle there. And then the only hard part really is you have to take this plastic, the locking mechanism off of this before you can remove it. And then there's just these 4 different wiring clips. And then after you do that, you just have to make sure that you have the window lowered down. And with my car, I don't know if they're all like that, but the window thing is in the center console, so you can do it after you take the door panel off. If your window thing is on the door panel, make sure you lower the window first, because after you disconnect these clips, you won't be able to lower the window. And then the next thing that you have to do is take this back and this, and there's 2 bolts on each one. There's 7mm, and you just need to do that so you get access to these pop rivets back here. There's one there, one here, and then another one behind that foam. And then you just need to peel this stuff back. Mine's all glued down, so it's kind of hard to get off. Just need to peel it back like that so I can get access to that pop rivet, and then I'll probably use some tape to tape it down. And then same thing with the other side. Alright, so I've got these both taped down now and out of the way. And then to remove these pop rivets, you're going to use a drill and a drill bit. And to make sure I don't drill all the way through the door, you can put some tape. I used electrical tape around here so it can't go in too far. And I think you're just going to want to use a bit that's just slightly bigger than the hole, so I'm just going to try that first. And then when you tape up the end of this, mine was actually a bit longer than I needed. I have mine about 3/8, so I would do 2/8 of the drill bit exposed, and then that'll be plenty. And you just need to do that for all 3 of them. And also be really careful you don't hit the edge of this glass. The kind of window glass is really strong when you hit like the side of it, the face of it, but it only takes a little bit to hit the edge to break it, so be careful with like the drill bit and all that. So make sure you wear safety glasses. So the next thing you want to do is loosen this ball up here. It's a 10mm. And then this one here, they're both 10mm, and you're gonna loosen them up so you can move the window back this way so you have more room to pull the seal out. And then you can put a mark around these with like a pencil or a marker too, so you know where it was originally. And then I made the marks with a ballpoint pen. I found that that worked the best. And you can see now that you have these loosened, the whole window will move back. And then you have all these clip things alongside of it, and they have like these barbs on the end. You can see they're kind of a pain to get out, so you're gonna have to wrestle with it to get those out. And I found it easiest just to go into my screwdriver, stick the tip like right next to that thing, and then just pry it out like that. But just remember to be really careful and work around that glass so you don't break it. There we go, that one's out now. Alright, there we go. I bent the fuck out of it. Looks beautiful. And when you put the new one on, probably pretty obvious, but you just make sure to line up all these things, like you get them started in the holes. Line up every single one, and then you're just gonna kind of go along from side to side and just like push each one in until it gets into place. It can be kind of a pain to get in, but once it pops into place, you'll kind of know it. You want to double check all these spots. You can tell in the back just by feeling it where the metal things are, and then you want to pull it, see if it lifts off. If it lifts off, not fully on there. First I gotta put this rubber back. Be careful not to mess your paint up. Probably better to use something plastic. But what I found to work is I'm just taking this, putting it right on the back of this, and then just smacking it with a hammer, and then that's been working pretty good. Just make sure you're not damaging anything, you know, don't hit it too hard. Don't use metal, but that'll work really good on the places where you're having trouble getting them in. Some of them are kind of a pain to get in. Yeah, you can also hit it a little bit from the top. That might pop it into place. Just don't hit it too hard. Make sure you don't damage anything. And then obviously just make sure none of this edge got pinched. And like if it does, I just found it easy to use, like you just pull it back a little and then stick a little flat screwdriver under there. You can put some tape around it so you don't scratch your paint up. And then obviously the only thing left is those 3 pop rivets. I think you need some kind of special, like a pop rivet gun to do it. The window seal I bought doesn't come with a pop rivets. It's a GM factory one. I'll leave a link to it. I got it on eBay. It was like 70 bucks for one. So I think I might drop by a shop and be like, hey, can you just stick some pop rivets on there? Like a shop I brought this to anyway, maybe they'll do it for free. So I went back to the shop to see if they could put it in with pop rivets, but it ended up being a holiday. I didn't realize. I didn't feel like going back. I actually ended up using these little plastic screws. I had this a bunch of these clips for holding on like bumpers and stuff on cars, these plastic clips. And there's this one here that has this plastic screw that looks like this. So I just ended up popping these plastic screws. See if it'll focus. Yeah, these plastic screws in where the pop rivets go, and it seemed to hold it pretty firmly. I mean, I'm definitely not worried. You could even put nothing in there. It's held on pretty firmly anyway. Really just the ends of it are like a little loose. So I didn't even put these in all 3 holes. I just put them on the ends of the door and not even in the middle one, and I'm not worried at all. So like, let me know if you know what you end up using there, if you end up using nothing. And you know, I didn't think it was worth buying a pop rivet gun and pop rivets, taking the extra time just to do that when I felt it really doesn't matter, and I would probably never end up using a pop rivet gun again. So I hope that video helped you out.